So, I want you to begin asking the questions.
You want me to ask you a question?
Yes,
Do you want a hard question or an easy question?
let's start with easy.
Let's start with easy. Okay, we were talking about languages earlier.
Yeah.
What language in the world has the most speakers?
Chinese.
Yes! Very good. We need a scoreboard here, so Nick has 1. All right, now you can ask me a question.
Okay. How many presidents were there in 2012?
Oh my gosh.
While Obama was still president.
While Obama was still president. Well, let's see. This is very funny because there were 2 presidents who had almost the same name, George Bush and George W. Bush.
Yeah,
One was the father and one was the son.
yeah.
And when we were in the office, we used to call them by their numbers in order so we'd know which one was which.
Like,
So we used to call the father 43
huh?
and the son 45,
Oh.
so we would know which one was which. So I know then that because Obama came after George W. Bush, he was 46. Is
Correct.
that right?
Yes.
Yay! I got 1.
So
1 for me now.
1.
All right, want another question?
Yes.
All right. I've got a list here. I don't know if I should look at that. What's the largest ocean in the world?
If I am correct, it should be the Pacific. No?
Are you? I'm not. Is that your answer? Have some confidence.
I'm saying Pacific.
Yes. All right. Very good.
2.
All right. All right. Now let's see what we can do here.
Okay.
Your question.
Which president played the banjo?
Which president played? And this is an American president.
Yes, American.
Played. That's a good question. I remember when Bill Clinton was one of our presidents, and he was famous while he was president. He played the trombone, and he actually went on television and played with a band and played the trombone, and everybody thought that's really cool. But the banjo, wow, that's a good question. Can you give me a hint?
Their name starts with a C.
Wow. Would that be Calvin Coolidge?
No.
No, but that begins with a C. No, okay, that's not the right one. Okay, I don't know, Nick. I think you got me on this one.
Their name is Chester Alan Arthur.
Oh my gosh, he was president over 150 years ago. He was like in the 1800s, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Wow, you got me on that one. I get a 0 here.
Yeah. So
All
you
right.
have 1 point.
All right, let me see. Oh, I wanted to come. Unfortunately, I don't have many things around my house, but I wanted to give you a little gift. Because just my friend last night, friends and I were playing a game called poker. Do you know what that is?
Yes.
It's a card game. And so I wanted to give you a deck of cards that you can have. These used to be played in Las Vegas.
Oh.
And they're from the casino called Caesar's Palace. And they're actual cards that used to be played there. So I want to give you those.
Thank
And you can do as you wish with them. They're still perfectly good cards. And so I want to ask you a question about cards and about poker.
Okay.
What's the highest hand that you can get in a poker game without wild cards?
So, I think the Queen.
Now, a hand is a combination of cards. And because in poker you can have 1 pair or 2 pair, those are combinations. But do you have any idea what the highest combination you can have in poker? Or is that too, I told you it's going to be a hard question.
No.
Okay, well the highest combination, and you can look this up when you are on the computer, is called a straight flush.
Straight flush.
Yes, isn't that a funny name?
Yeah.
That means you have 5 cards that are all the same suit, like they're all diamonds,
Okay.
and they run in order, like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh.
That's a straight flush. So that's my question. So I'm sorry you didn't get that one, but at least you got some cards out of it.
Yeah.
So you have another question for me?
Yes. What is the meaning of diplomacy? Now, I told you this during our last podcast. So,
Mhm. The meaning of diplomacy. Meaning of diplomacy is negotiating and policy and empathy.
yes.
Very good. See, I was listening to you. Thank you for teaching me what that is. So now I have 2 points.
2.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to look at my questions again because I think I need to be, well, okay, a question that would be too easy is if I asked you what's the largest country in the world? Because Mongolia is right next to Russia.
It's
So what's the smallest country in the world?
the Vatican.
You didn't even wait for a second. You were too smart.
Yeah, I already did like almost 2 videos about it.
About the Vatican?
No, about countries, but I did talk about the Vatican. And I know it's the tiniest country.
Very good. You did very well. Now you have 3. Okay, so let's see what you have.
This is my last question.
Fair enough.
So, how many light years is the farthest galaxy from our galaxy?
The farthest galaxy?
Yeah, how many light years is
Oh
it?
my gosh, but I don't know where to start. Isn't the universe always expanding, so it just gets bigger and bigger, or it's not that tricky? I was hoping it was a trick question. No?
No, how many light years
How many
is the
light
farthest
years?
galaxy from us?
Okay, the farthest, I'm going to take a guess that it's 100 million.
No, it is 13.4 billion.
I wasn't even
Light
close.
years away.
Wow.
Yeah,
All right. Well, then I have to ask you a question.
okay.
Okay. Now, I think you know that, maybe you know that in America, when we measure things, we use a different system.
Yeah,
Instead of kilometers, we use miles.
yeah,
Instead of kilograms, we use,
pounds. No,
yeah,
oh,
that's right. So, obviously you know that when water boils,
yeah,
it boils at 100 degrees
yes.
Celsius. What's the temperature in our degrees Fahrenheit when water boils?
Mm. Is this a trick question?
It is not a trick question. We have a different temperature scale, just like pounds and miles. So what does water boil at? What do you think?
I think it's
100 degrees Celsius, or what is it on the American Fahrenheit scale?
I don't know.
You have any guess at all?
Fahrenheit?
It's a number. What number on the Fahrenheit scale?
I don't know.
You don't think? Okay, I will tell you. It's 212 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's very funny because you know how you grow up your entire life thinking, okay, water boils at 100 degrees
Yeah,
and it freezes at 0 degrees.
yeah,
We grow up our entire lives saying, well, water boils at 212 degrees
yeah.
and it freezes at 32 degrees. Is that just crazy or what?
Yeah.
But that's part of the fun of diplomacy, is that you get to meet other people and learn those little bitty differences about things.
Yeah.
And hopefully you figure out how to get along, have some empathy, and you help everybody get along better. Well, I think we're running out of time. You know what? It's also time for lunch.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you want to say to close out?
Yes. Do you have? I heard you had a solar system question.
I do have a solar system question. You want a bonus question?
Yeah.
That's fine. This one is a trick question.